Okay, I'm GeoDav, and in this video what we're going to do is have a quick as possible look through what we need to do code wise to get our car in game up and running, to give it a quick test. Right, so what do we need? Well, obviously we're going to need some code classes. Now, because I can't code, I hope you can, but I can't. All I'm going to do is, well, I say all I'm going to do, what I have done, let's correct it, is pretty much taken the Scorpion code. Now, if you don't know where the Scorpion code is, well, the UT Vehicle Scorpion, go into your development folder, UT Game Classes. Now if you go down, and whereabouts is it? Somewhere around here, it begins with UTV Vehicle Scorpion. Okay, and then into UT Game Content Classes folder, go down again, and you've got UT Vehicle Scorpion Content. Now don't forget, we also need the Vehicle Factory, UT Vehicle Factory. Now you may also want, where is it? UT Vehicle Weapon Scorpion Turret. Now I can't remember if in my code I've done this, so I think I'm still using the Scorpion Turret code, but you can just copy and paste and make your own versions. Now let me just quickly show you in context. I've already got the Scorpion content open, well, Scorpion files loaded in, and we're just going to let's select both of them, and let's see, BC Car Vehicle Factory, drag them, open them up into content. Right, let's go for the easy ones first. Right, UT Vehicle Factory Scorpion. Yep, you can see that. What have I done? UT Vehicle Factory BC Car. Smashing. In there, all I've done is change the skeletal mesh to say skeletal mesh. My vehicle BC car mesh, important also, to make sure it does work, is your vehicle class path, which in my case is DavCorp vehicle BC car content. We'll have a look at that file in a minute. Alright. Well, one thing you'll also notice, draw scale. Okay, now the Scorpion draw scale, they decided to up it to 1.2. because what I've done, I've been quite careful and cheated, but I might tell you about that some other time. I've actually got modeled my vehicle to the size of the player mesh. Okay, so I can set that to draw scale 1, just in case, well, 1.0, just in case in the vehicle factory somewhere it says the draw scale is such and such. I'll just reset it to 1, overwrites it, and we're happy. Okay, close that down and go to the factory, close that down. Next one we go to is the actual UT Vehicle BC car. Now I could go all the way up to the start at the top and go all the way down, 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 down. But to be honest, at this moment in time, I have not touched any of that code up there at all. And the only place I've actually started doing anything is in the default properties. And this is where it gets important. Okay. Now, I'll keep saying okay, it's a bad habit of mine. I do apologise. But you'll have to live with it. Now, UT Vehicle Sim Car is your sim object. Not touch that at all. You might want to, well, I might have to. I'll have to have a read Tegleg's tutorial on the inside of the Scorpion code. Go on to the Epic Epic forum for UDK. You'll find it in there. Or just search for the threads that have been started by Tegleg. He's a great guy. He knows quite a lot about vehicle coding, and he helps on my support thread as well because he knows I can't code. Good lad. Anyway, what we're going to look at this, absolutely nothing. Where we start getting to changes is when you start declaring your wheels. Now, for a vehicle in UDK, you have to declare some form of wheel. Otherwise it don't work. So what we've got here in comparison to the UT Vehicle Scorpion. Now if you'll see here, we'll start at the top, well the first of the wheels. You've got UT Vehicle Scorpion Wheel. Now what they've done for this is actually made its own wheel class because all the sizes and things and bits and pieces are the same. So if all your wheels are the same size, then just copy what they've done. Now in my case it's not, which is one of the reasons why I done this, is to show you that you can actually go in and start changing things around. Now to go a little bit off, what I'm going to do is have a look at a few of the wheel things. Now I've gone into the UDK base classes, okay, because there's no UT game class for the wheel. You can please excuse me. You can find some vehicle stuff in there, sim car, sim chocolate. That's the sim stuff. We just want the wheel at the moment. We'll just open that. Now this extends the S vehicle wheel. Now if you can code and you read through that, does it make sense to you? Fine, doesn't to me. Default properties don't really do me any good. So what I do here is, let's see if I would think it should come under the engine class, engine set. Let's look for S. I've probably gone wrong here. So see, S vehicle wheel. Hey, ain't I clever? Now, let's just open that. Now you'll see here E wheel side, left, right. I think that's left in from UT3 stuff. Alright, but you'll see it extends components, so we're pretty much at the very basics here. Although it does have native physics, which pretty much means you can't do anything with that. But what we can do is see here is that you've got a wheel radius, suspension travel, long slip, lat slip, handbrakes, park slip factor. Oh, never noticed that one. Particle systems, don't know, suspension speed. Now I expect that's how quick it goes up and down. They're trying to do more and more bits and pieces in there to make it more sort of realistic. B collides with vehicle, true. I would have thought so. Anyway, let's get back to our car. You'll see a few other extra things in there that have been added to somewhere along the line. So what we got? We got the bone name. I know the reason why I digressed there is to show that you don't have to extend or use the Scorpion wheel. You can base it off the UDK vehicle wheel, which is what I've done in this case. You need to state the bone name. The bone offset, it can help. You can see here it's on the y-axis. Whether that helps with the steering or not, not too sure. And the whole setup, it's up to you. Try it, set it to 0 if you want. This probably helps, I would have thought, if when the person whoever rigged the wheel didn't actually put it into the middle of the wheel. A lot of people would have some people would have put it into the let's say the inner side of the wheel where the hub. A lot of people would think the hub sits, but the actual hub of the wheel should be on the very middle bit. It just helps with the geometry and things like that. But if you're not done automotive engineering, you won't know these things. So just take my word for it. Okay, you got your wheel radius. Now, believe it or not, this is what UT game uses to calculate the distance between the bone and the ground. So if the radius of your vehicle, well, your wheel is say 20 and you set this to 40, it's going to sit up. It doesn't use the collision on the mesh. Okay, it uses this. It makes it a lot easier for the engine to work with. Okay, so if your wheel sat into the ground or above the ground, change your radius here. Yeah. Suspension travel, how far it moves up and down. Is it a powered wheel? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's have 4-wheel drive. That's the in thing at the moment. And of course, your skeletal control name. What we put on in the anim tree. So we've got the right hand rear wheel, left hand rear wheel. And then we go on to the front wheels. Okay, again, bone name, bone offset, radius. Now my back wheels were large, my front wheels small. Yeah, might have to change that. Keep it powered. Steer factor 1. Yes, we want it to steer. And these slip factors, do I need them? I don't honestly know, but that's pretty much extra things that we had. If we go into here, into the Scorpion, they were in there as well. Okay. Now, anything else that we need to do here? In there, nothing. Right. Now, I know this is getting a little bit tedious, but I'll try to explain a few of the things that we need. Okay, right, where are we? Next bit we go to is into the content. Now, in the content file, you find the content. Yeah, sounds sensible. Yeah, okay then. And I say all have changed here. He says. Right. Obviously, skeletal mesh, anim tree template, physics asset. I've edited out for the moment the morph targets and the anim set because we're not using those at the moment. We'll deal with that in a later video. This is just purely to get it in game and see where you're going. Now the gun class, I have made a gun class which is sometimes preparation and planning would be a lot better, but that's the way I work. Now if you want to look at this, it's a renamed version of the Scorpion turret, as you can see there, Scorpion glob base. That's all Scorpion, all Scorpion, all Scorpion, just changed at the bottom here, vehicle class. Okay, happy? No? Unlucky. Right, what else have we got here? Now what have I added here? Right, let's get to the Scorpion. You'll notice in the seats, which is basically your weapons, we have, let's see if I can get this lined up. There we go. You can see mine's a little bit bigger. Now why is mine bigger? Because what I have added it, well, let's run through it. Gun socket, turret fire socket, yeah. Gun pivot points, that's the bone name of your pivot points of your weapon. Turret controls, yaw and pitch. Seat icon position, yeah, that doesn't really matter. Camera tag, gun view socket, remember we put the sockets on. Camera base offset, camera offset. Why there's two settings I don't know. Here's what I have added. B seat visible to true. Now what does that mean? That means when you get into a vehicle, you see your player mesh actually on the vehicle, which is what we want. Seat offset. This is you can either, there is a way to set it to a specific bone, but as a base, it just takes off the root bone of your vehicle and you modify it as you need. Okay, so if you need it to go forward a bit, minus X, minus Y, minus Z, or plus, plus, plus. The weapon effects, straight from the Scorpion. Now, here's a little one that I've also added. The driving anim. Now, you won't find it in the Scorpion code, and you won't find it in the Manta code, because, here we go again, let's go have a look at the UT Vehicle Code, if I can find it. There we go. And it's a big file, and it's got lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff that's declared, and it's on 6,000 lines of code. So I'm not going to go through that. But if I can find it again, there we go. Under the UT Vehicle class, we set the driving anim to man to idle sitting. Okay, so I don't want to use that, but I know that in the anims for the characters, we have the Viper idle sitting. It's a different position. Okay, so just declare it there, and you'll see it in a minute. Anything else that I've set here? Well, obviously I must have set something else here, because it wouldn't work otherwise. Again, morph targets, just edit it out at the moment. Don't delete them, just edit them out. Backslash asterisk, asterisk backslash. And then we get down to the materials. So you've got your spawn materials, your team materials, your driving, your physics materials, your burnout materials. All go in here for each of your vehicles. And what does that look like? Burbled on and off here. What does that look like? Well, let's open UDK and have a look. Now, if you've never placed a vehicle in UDK, once you've compiled your code and it's come out green, no errors, no warnings, trust me, even if you think, oh, I've not got any errors, but I've got a warning, we'll just go in and see, forget it. Fix everything so it compiles without a single error or warning. Once you've got that, open your map, then content browser, add to classes, under vehicles, and you will see here vehicle factories. You will not see your vehicle classes. You don't want the skeletal mesh. Okay, well, gone a bit farther. There we go. We don't want to pull that out. We need to use the vehicle factory. Now pull that out, plonk it into your map. Are we there yet? No, because due to things on the UT code, now what you want to do is either you double click on the factory's mesh, or you highlight your factory and you go view actor properties, and you get this. Now you open up your UT vehicle factory and put a tick in start neutral, because at the moment I've got a team game here. And shall we see what it looks like? Just right click in here on there and then play from here, and we go over, and there you see the front wheels look a little bit high, back wheels as well maybe. So very quickly blend it back to front. Yeah. I don't know whether you can hear it in the sounds. As you can see, walking along. Now if you look carefully, you'll see one of my super duper characters in his super duper lean forward and racing position. Yeah, you see him there? Just there. Not very good with this. Moving around, the map's not very big, steering's not very good. As you can see, steering, front wheels, but as soon as I start going at any reasonable speed, then the steering sort of straightens up a little bit, which is part of the steering factor. Now, I suppose if I had bigger wheels it'd work better. But hey, that's something else to deal with another time. And we've got no morph targets, and we've got, just looking at the rear axles, no, we've not done the look acts on that. We'll do all that sort of stuff in a later video, but this is just purely to get things in and you can see that it works. Sort of. not. The steering is absolutely. You've got to go very slowly to turn this round. Run. I'm just tapping the key here. This is not very good. Anyway, right. That's enough of that. You've seen all that. So I want to see more of your vehicles in game very soon. Okay, so no, keep on clicking the wrong one. That'll do. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.